So here we are. It's been a little while, but we've made it. This is the 5th series of Throwback Games, and we're not going to waste any time. We're going to jump straight into it right now. Roll the tape. So on the 5th series, we're on modern day gaming at this point. So I mean, technically, can no longer be considered Throwback Games, but for that reason alone, this 5th series is the final series of Throwback Games. We are on the PlayStation 5 now. PlayStation 5 launched in 2020, November, I believe. Came out alongside the Xbox Series X and the Series S. Now, in terms of power, the Xbox Series X and the PS5 fairly similar. Obviously, there are some aspects of each console that are better than the other one, and vice versa. There's obviously an all-out console war going on at the moment online, with one party claiming that their console is better than the other. But I mean, realistically, for the majority of cases, they're fairly similarly evenly matched. Now, when the PS5 launched, a lot of the hype was around the controller itself. The DualSense controller, renamed from the DualShock, and they added what's called adaptive triggers after essentially reinventing the controller. Now, adaptive triggers, rather than me trying to explain what they are and what they do to you and confuse everyone more, I found a short video online that might be able to give you more of an idea of how they work than I can. So let's just take a quick look at that right now. So essentially what they're doing is reacting to your gameplay, whatever you're in the middle of at the time. Now all the games in this series, and there are 5 of them, will showcase the PlayStation in various different ways, including the controller. And what better way to start that off than with Astro's Playroom. This is a game that comes pre-installed on every PlayStation 5 as of the time of recording this video. I don't know if they're going to continue to do that with PS5s as they come out, but at the moment they very much are pre-installed. You can obviously remove them if you want to save space, because the PlayStation came out with less than 1 terabyte of storage, but I'll talk about that more as we get through the video. So let's jump into Astro's Playroom and get this thing going. So this is the new PlayStation Studios intro screen. You're going to see that on PlayStation games going forward. And this is Astro's Playroom. So, obviously, as with the PS4 in the controller, there's a speaker. I don't know if you can hear this, but I'm going to mute the game so you can hear this for yourself. And you can see just what sounds can come from the controller. So, let's have a look at this. Pretty impressive. So on this, I'm going to start a new game. The reason I'm going to do that is it will give you a demonstration of the controller itself. So let's do that. So welcome to Astro's Playroom. This experience was created to show you some of the cool tricks possible with your DualSense controller. So let's jump straight into that. And as I do on all the videos now, I'm going to mute the camera and mic until we get into gameplay. So the sounds you were hearing on the screen then also came out of the controller speaker, so that was fairly good. So here we are, adaptive triggers on the controller. Now when you half press them, there's a bit of resistance there. You probably can't see properly. Hang on. So that's probably about as far as it'll go before the resistance kicks in. But then if you were to fully press the button, it snaps in. So it gets so far and then it just snaps and as a result, the resistance is broken and the controller reacts. So I think it's pretty good. As this jet, we'll call it, is going off on the top of the controller there. Obviously, that's the same on the other side. You can feel the vibration. They've refined the vibration, the feedback. They've refined the touchpad as well, and they've also got a couple of new features up their sleeve. So the touchpad, more responsive now. You can tap it as well. More accurate as well. I really do hope that more game developers start to take advantage of this touchpad. It's really, really good. So moving on, motion sensors also been refined. It's more accurate, lines up a lot better with your controller than it did previously. Now, here's another thing. I don't know if you can hear this, but listen to this. What that is loads of little Astros essentially rolling around inside your controller, or that's the impression that this game is giving you. And then another cool feature here as well, blowing into the microphone. There's an inbuilt microphone in the controller, and what that does is basically say you don't need a headset anymore, essentially, to have party chats. Obviously, it's always good to have a headset, but you don't need one because there's an inbuilt speaker, there is an inbuilt microphone, and you can chat to your friends that way. And just between the PlayStation button and what the game is indicating as a microphone, there is a mute button as well, so you can mute the controller at any point. But this you can also blow into, and the game will react to you doing that. So let's do that. In fact, let me just show you the sound it makes when you blow in. So let's just mute the game again and listen to this. So the game reacts to that as well. So let's finish that, and let's just mute the microphone for a second. Okay, so we're jumping straight into it. So motion controller here, and to start we're just going to swipe up on the touchpad. So let's do that. Just like, and there's little Astro. Controls dead straightforward, same as most games of this type. Right analog stick to look around, left analog stick to move around. X to jump, double tap X to glide or hover or whatever the game lets you do, and then square is your attack button. Circle doesn't seem to do anything, neither does triangle. Now, interestingly, in this sort of thing, when you attach yourself to the cable with square and pull back, it does actually feel like there's a lot of resistance in the cable there. Pretty cool. So we're in CPU Plaza. Essentially, this is a level selection. There's 4 main levels to choose from. And then through there, through the PS1 console, is your PlayStation Labo. And as you go through the game, you collect various bits of PlayStation hardware, like nostalgic throwback. And it's all stored in the Labo, and the way you platinum is to collect all the hardware and all the jigsaw pieces as well here throughout the game. So we're going to jump straight into cooling springs down the slide. Now this game would suit anybody that's really into things like Ratchet and Clank, stuff like that. My wife would enjoy this game. It's really good. It's not too difficult, bit of fun. Can be a lot of fun trophy hunting as well. Kind of light-hearted, nothing too serious. So, PlayStation 5, and Xbox have SSDs. Difference with the PlayStation 5's SSD though is it also has what's known as Kraken technology. And what that does is it compresses the data on the hard drive or on the solid state drive, so that it takes up less space. So really good, considering that these consoles come with less than a terabyte of storage to begin with. That's a really useful feature. There is an expandable SSD slot, an expansion slot within the console itself. I'm not going to go through where it is and how to get to it. There's a teardown video that will do just that on YouTube if you want to go and find it. But that's not yet active. They're planning on activating it in a future update, I think sometime in the summer, but they haven't done it yet. So you can't see on this, probably a bit delayed on the video, but you just kind of lean the controller with the motion sensor to lean the spring and then use the resisted adaptive trigger. Hop along. You can do little hops like that, or if you hold it, it'll do a big hop. Let go, release the trigger, complete the jump. So as I was saying, SSD, Kraken technology, and also, I can't speak for Xbox, I don't have one, but on the PlayStation, the SSD's also been redesigned and specially adapted so that it drastically reduces, or in some cases, completely eliminates loading times. You probably saw that when we moved from the previous level to this one, because this is actually a new level. There's no loading screen whatsoever. You'll find that that's really, really useful. I know on some games, Grand Theft Auto 5 for example, you could be waiting forever. Really cool. It's really quite silly sometimes. But it's not a problem on this. Oh, new artifact. PlayStation Move shooting attachment. So you control your PlayStation Move motion controller goes in there. You use it on shooting games. This is for the PS3 that was. Tried to use it on the PS4 though. It wasn't quite as accurate. It would have been. Here's what it is. Waiting for these to go round so I can navigate myself properly. Now you probably can't see on this video because the way it's set up. But this game runs 4K, 60 frames, very, very smooth. Very smooth. Here we go. Yeah. So we're just about to go into another level again. Now you'll see, here's one, you'll see at various points around the environment, the little Astros will reference other popular games on the PlayStation series over the years. So this one, for example, referencing Metal Gear Solid. So Solid Snake, they're saying Solid State, really clever. And also when you idle, your character will just start playing on various bits of PlayStation tech. So had the VR then, and then if you idle a bit longer, it'll pull out PSP. So that's pretty cool. Nice little nostalgia trip there with the PSP. We'll go on to this bit here, and in this bit it's actually really interesting because a bit later on in this level you showcase the blowing into the microphone thing that I was mentioning before earlier in the video. And when you're skating round on the ice here, the controller's vibrating in a way where you can actually feel like you've actually got skates on you. It's quite surreal. Also really, really good. sure I'm hoping that developers will take full advantage of the triggers and the refined haptic feedback within this controller, because it's just too good to just forget about, really. Let's not die here. So once we jump onto that platform there, and don't die. Once we jump into that platform down there, it allows me to blow into the controller, and that's how you activate the platform, basically. Which you'll see in a second. Just go up here, cause him to jump at me. Maybe move out of the way a bit more. Concentrate. Aim of the game. Concentrate. See? Nothing to it. So, jump on the platform here, get coins. And now it's saying to blow into the controller. And this is what happens when you blow into the controller and how the game reacts. There we go. There's also vibration in the controller as you do that. Bit of feedback. Really quite clever. Very clever technology. Sony has really outdone themselves with this one. Bits of jigsaw, putting on the map. And then onto the I think this is the final part of it. So each major level has 4 sections to it. This is, I think, the 4th section of this one. And then at the end of each level there's a really big cable. And if you pull it, you actually get a console. Let's see what we get at the end of this one. If we get there. Try again. Jigsaw, and then just up this ramp. What we got here? What's going on here then? Chandelier. Try that again, shall we? Easy on ourselves. Well, that clearly didn't work. Try again. Yes! Look at that. Expertly done. Not so expertly done. Try that bit again. Don't disturb your shower, guys. See, all the while I'm bouncing around here, sounds coming out of the controller. Right, here we go. End of the level. Bit of celebration. And there's the giant cable I was telling you about. So what console have we got here? Original PS3. There we go. Fat model. New artifact. There we go. PS3 in all its glory. Oh. 4 USB ports. That means it's a 6 gig model. You press the touchpad as well. You can confirm that. It's got memory card slots. Only happens on the 6 gig model. And this was actually the only PS3 model that was backwards compatible with PS2 games. There you go. Hard drive goes there. Remember the huge kettle leads that you used to have to power these things with? Back in the day. Completely different now, isn't it? Right, well that's all I'm going to show you for that. So that was Astro's Playroom on the final series of Throwback Games. So until the next one, catch you in the next one.